A national biometric identification card is at the center of a new bipartisan immigration plan. Proponents argue that it will help prevent the hiring of illegal immigrants, but critics are calling the ID an invasion of privacy. Joining us now is Fox News senior judicial analyst, Judge Andrew Napolitano. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Your book has hit New York Times bestselling author you are. Lies the Government Told You.
There's a lot of them. It's 4,000 pages long.
Wow.
I'm only kidding.
It'll take us a long time to go through all of those, but let's talk about this. Senator Chuck Schumer says that all this biometric ID card would do is help prevent further ID fraud.
Actually, the proposal by Senator Schumer and by Senator Lindsey Graham, Republican of South Carolina, would require everyone who is employed anywhere in the United States, which includes us and almost everybody watching us now, to carry this card. It's not just immigrants who are lawfully here and not yet citizens, or even persons who are unlawfully here, but everybody would have to carry this card. So we go from a society which for 230 years was open and free. You can move wherever you want. The police just can't stop you and say, where are your papers,
okay, so
where are you coming from, where are you going to?
Cards.
Well, I don't know if everybody has a Social Security card. Everybody has a Social Security number. The police can't stop you and ask to see your Social Security card. But under this system that proposed by Senators Schumer and Graham, they can stop and ask to see the card. It's biometric,
right,
meaning it contains medical information, legal information, like any involvement you may have had with the government on it. It also contains a record of where you've been. It is quite simply none of the government's business where you've been and what your medical information is, and there's no authority in the Constitution for the government to force Americans to carry such a card.
So what about people who argue that we've come to this?
Come to what? A society where we're going to reject our values? What is more un-American than walking down the street and the police stopping you and saying, where are you coming from, where are you going, and show me your papers? I mean, we fought a Cold War against Eastern Europe for 40 years in large measure because that's the way those governments treated the people that lived there, and we rejected that as inconsistent with the dignity of each human being. I don't think this thing will pass.
You don't think it will?
Well, do you know anybody that would want to carry such a card?
Honestly, I don't. Not with financial information, health care information, and all of that.
If the police arrest you for a crime, the first thing they say to you is, you have a right to remain silent. And you don't have to answer anything. But under the theory of this card, if the police stop you, you have to tell them everything about yourself just by turning over the card. Exactly. They can swipe it in their machine. I don't think it's going to happen. And I'm not surprised that Chuck Schumer wants this because he's a big government type. I'm scandalized that Senator Graham, the supposed conservative Republican from South Carolina, wants this monstrosity to be visited upon us.
All right, well.
Channel 5 is treating you